Good evening. Mr. Shadow here for yet another Sunday Night in the Shadows with yours truly. Good evening and welcome. Just loosen the throat with some liquid. My eyes are really bad today. The screen's really blurry for me today. Been working on quite a few bits this weekend, and I've been wearing my glasses all day, so I don't normally wear them to watch these screens. But I have been wearing them today because there's some small details on the screen, and you know when you wear, I don't normally wear, I only wear them for work, and it makes your eyes when you take them off. So everything's a little bit blurry right now, so I need to leave them off for the rest of the day. Hello, my Titan is on. Good evening to you, my friend. We are here yet again, Sunday night in the shadows. It's not very shadowy here. It's a little bit light here, to be honest. It's been quite warm these last few days, which is great. But yes, thank you for joining me. Let me get up. And Shelley's on already. Hello, Shelley. Great to see you on today. So I'm going to go over, I put quite a few bits and pieces out this week. So I'm just going to go over them real quick. What we did. So here's what happened this week. Oh yeah, here we go. 4 days ago, I did something I'm wanting to do is I keep saying there's quite a lot of people ask, oh, what about this story? And I've already got quite a few of them done. So I went in and put did Trilogy of Horror, which is 3 stories in one. I made 3 episodes. I might make some more if they do all right. If people want them, I'll keep making them, where we can put 3 different horrors together, like a ghost story and a werewolf story and a vampire, or in the latest one we did a Wendigo story. And yeah, it was nice to put some new, I didn't revamp them that much. I did an intro, a little bit of new intros in there. It was nice to put a little bit of new video into these old stories, give them a little bit of a new life as such. Yes, so they were 3 big ones I put out, so plenty of binge watching if you enjoy sitting and listening and maybe even watching the screen as you hear these tales. And of course, the big one for this week was I put part 3 of part 2 and part 3. I've been very busy. Part 2 and part 3 of Blood of the Vampire, which is a really great story, a little bit different than usual, because I wanted to go more into more of the philosophy of horror. Why do we, what happens within us? So I explain a little bit in the members section. The vault, I have videos where I go behind the scenes of why I did it, so I have that in there. If you're in there, you'll see that. And then of course I put all 3 together and put them out as one big episode, which I know people love that much better. And then literally 14 minutes ago, I put my new trailer, which I'm working on, been working on for a couple of weeks and haven't actually got it done. I've been working on this trailer here. This story. You probably won't hear it, so no, you can't hear that. But look, I really love this imagery. I've been working on this trailer today of a story I've been working on over these last couple of weeks, and yeah, it looks pretty good.
Do not
so go watch the
awaken the curse.
If you haven't watched the trailer, oh look, someone likes it. It was me. Oh, we got 8 people who like it. That's good.
I'm going down there.
So give that trailer a look, and a comment would be great on the trailer to help it, give it some juice. But the trailer, the story, I came up with this story a few weeks back because I sat and watched a movie called House of Frankenstein, It's a universal picture, and it has, it has like Frankenstein. Sorry, it's House of Dracula. Sorry, it has Frankenstein, Dracula, the Wolfman, the mad scientist, and in it, the Wolfman. I don't know if in it. I can't remember if he throws himself off the cliff or he's already off the cliff, and they pull him up to cure him. And they actually cure him. But in my head, I'm thinking, well, what if a creature went down there but never came back up, and it's still down there right now? And that was my idea to build this story. So yeah, have a look at the trailer. It's pretty good, if I do say so myself. And John is on. Good evening, John. Lovely to see you once again this fine Sunday evening. I was just going on about what we put out this week and the new trailer. And I was just saying earlier, I've been wearing my glasses all day because I've been I don't always wear them, but when you have like small writing on the screen, I normally put them on. I put them on, I forgot, literally, and then I started working on my trailer all day, and I've had them on all day, and I've took them off now, and everything is really, really blurry. So it's like, I must remember not to wear them for so long. They're just for like at the computer and reading, and yeah, now everything seems really blurry. My eyes to adjust. Nice cup of coffee. Yes, absolutely. I've got two here. I've got my usual and a coffee, which I just brought. Because I've been working such a hard worker all day. It's my reward. Nice cup of coffee. Yes, good. So that's what we've put out this week. Obviously, next week I'm going to be working hard on this Wolfman story. Wolfman Awakens, I call it, because obviously he's been down there for a long time, and we want. And I love that idea. Don't you love that atmosphere? Like I always say to you, my ideas are inspired by atmosphere. And don't you love that atmosphere of like the sea? Like there's a sea cave underneath that you can't get to. It's really hard to get to, navigate to. You can't get there by boat because the waves are splashing up, and it's really hard to get into. But there is the cave there. That atmosphere of that going in that cave and not knowing what's there. That was literally that was the whole part of the atmospheric inspiration. I prefer Coca-Cola. Yeah, I like Coca-Cola, but I don't really like the sugary bits. I know you do no sugar, don't they? But I don't know what they substitute the sugar with. So I don't know. Can't really go wrong with coffee, I suppose. I prefer milkshake, to be honest with you. If I can put me a nice milkshake there, I'd drink that all the time. But my body probably won't agree. And now and again, I'll have one. Body wouldn't agree with me. Wouldn't be very happy. Yeah, where was I? Yeah, this Wolfman Awakens. So the whole idea, like I say, was the atmosphere of that cave. Can you imagine yourself? And this is me. This is me thinking. There's a cave on the shore. You can't get to it. You can't row to it. You can't climb down. You can climb down, but maybe you'll fall in the rocks. But we know there's a cave there. Imagine you're the first person to go in there for years. You go in and you hear something moving. You see a shadow at the corner of your eye. I mean, that is, my goodness, so. Oh, yeah, I like that. I do like that. That whole idea. Should make the whole story, should make a movie. Just somebody walking in the cave. That'd be great. I'd watch it. I'm gonna have to make it for myself. What flavor milkshake? I like quite a lot. Strawberry, banana, chocolate sometimes. Now, if we go out to somewhere spectacular and they are like famous for milkshakes, we're saying we're going to I don't know, somewhere where they are famous for milkshakes. We have a place here. It's called Zack's, and they're famous for their milkshakes. And you go in there, and they do it in the metal container. It's like ice cold, and it's about that big. Now, if we're talking going there for milkshake, yeah, we don't just want a standard milkshake. I think if I went there, I'd probably put something like last one I had there was peanut butter and banana. Oh, that was, my goodness! I felt so ill afterwards because it's so much ice cream. But yes, it was so good, so good. Yeah, if I could eat without feeling bloated, I would eat that. Yeah, Pepsi Zero. I know if just drinking, I normally just drink, water and maybe some blackcurrant or something. Or some hot water and coffee. That always does the trick. Always does the trick. And like coffee, I wish I could put sugar in coffee. I remember having sugar in coffee. That was so delicious. It's sweet. That coffee taste. My goodness, so good. But I don't have sugar in coffee now. Tesco sells this delicious ginger beer for cheap. So good. Wish I could get that here in the USA. Ginger beer. I haven't had a ginger beer for years. My goodness. I don't really drink fizzy drinks, to be honest. Maybe I'll have a Coca-Cola or something. Innuendo? No, it's exactly what it sounds like. Peanut butter and banana. Yeah, it's beautiful, really nice. Or peanut butter and jelly, jam. They mix it all in. It's so good, so good. You've got like a banana and peanut butter taste. It's really good. I could do one right now. But then you got to think about it. Then it's like that big, all right? That big. But what is it? It's really just ice cream, isn't it? And milk mixed together. So you're eating that much ice cream. Maybe when I was younger. Now I can't. Chocolate milk. I like chocolate milkshake. I like milk. Like I say, if I could just drink what I want, I'd have milkshake all the time. It's saying what we eat, isn't it? If I could eat anything and be healthy with it all the time, you'd probably eat the worst food ever. Yeah, chocolate milkshake's good. Well, especially when you go to one of these places that are like, a little bit out there. You don't just want. I don't just want a standard milkshake. You want something spectacular. Anyway, it's the. I don't know why, but on Sunday we always go onto food, and it always makes me very hungry. So I'm always hungry when the time I come off of this. 1:15 in the afternoon. Yeah, we are 7:15, 7:15 p.m. here in the UK, and yeah, it's not too bad here, to be honest. It's a bit windy, but it's okay. Weather's okay. It's not cold. It's all right. But we're doing good here. And like I say, I've been also going back, because if you remember last week and the week before, we were talking, and a lot of older stories, people will say, oh, I want a story like this. And I said, I've sort of already done it. So I went back and picked out 9 stories so far, and I put them in threes: Trilogy of Horror, part 1 to part 2, part 3. I might do part 4. I go back even further, get some really old ones on there, some that I feel need a bit more appreciation, maybe add a little bit of extra video in there to create a better atmosphere, and put them out. England. You can meet the professor if you want. Nice. I'm over here on the East Coast, and in East Anglia, in a place called Norwich, in Norfolk. It's great because it's pretty boring and pretty scenic, pretty flat. So yeah, it's pretty good, pretty nice place. I like it because it's quiet. I used to live in London, all around London. I lived for a fair long time, and yeah, it was busy, and I prefer it here. I much prefer it here. And the only thing I don't like is the weather. We get like maybe 3 months of decent weather, and the rest of the time it's just not nice. But it's doable. It's manageable, and it's okay. It's great, especially nights where it's a bit windy, stormy. Great nights for reflection. I came up with the story of this Wolfman Awakens, actually, when we had a couple of weeks back. We had like a storm, like wind, rain, and I because nothing was happening, I put the House of Dracula on, and watched the part where Lon Chaney as Lawrence Talbot goes off the cliff, and then they bring him back up, and I like the idea of that. Simply the atmosphere of that cave, and then obviously it was stormy outside, so yeah, it created a nice atmosphere. Weather can always be worse. Yeah, I don't like the weather. I don't like the cold. I just do not like cold weather. When the cold comes, I just want to shut the doors, put the heating on, and hibernate, and that's it. When I retire, I'm definitely retiring in a warm place. But I'll probably never retire. That's the problem. Hello, Shadow Dwellers. Henrik's on. Good evening, Henrik. I prefer the cold. I used to when I was younger, but now, no, I just don't like it. It's probably because I've been spoiled. Traveling so much over these last maybe 15 years, traveled quite a few places. I only ever go to warm places, and yeah, my body became accustomed, and now I just want to be in the heat all the time. But hey, we can't always have what we want. Can't always have that. So I don't know. I put 3 of those Trilogy of Horrors out. Brain went dead for a second there. And in them, I had. Let me just get them up. What do we have? We had the Wendigo, the Ghost Story, Vampire Story, a Ghostly Ship Story, a Succubus Story, and a Vampire Story, and the Werewolf, Vampire, and Ghost Story. Yeah, so I think there's a nice selection. So I want to do a few more, because I've got a lot of older stories that are sort of dead on YouTube. No one ever goes and watches them, but I think there's a few there that need reviving. So I'm going to go back and pull a few more, maybe do a few more of those trilogy of horrors to revive some older horrors that I feel are neglected. They could have so much more. So much more. What did this one do? Yeah, let me have a look. Let's share it with you. So as we go back here, I mean, look at all these stories. So I'm scrolling. I'm just getting a bit. So those that didn't understand what I recently did, the Blood of the Vampire. Where did the blood of the vampire come from in that most recent tale that I did? It's here. These stories, the Tall Man. So if you're wondering, what did he mean by the Tall Man saga? It's right here. Look, story of the Tall Man vampire. So if you want to watch that, type it in. Great tale. Has a couple of our favorite characters in there as well. I'm just going back in time. Going back, it's been a while when Sharon didn't say the date. I think 1 year ago. 1 year. So all of these 1 year. I remember doing these. They're crazy. This was the Crimson Dawn days a year ago. Well, it's longer than a year, isn't it? Longer than a year. This is where it all started. Crimson Dawn here. No, here. Sorry. This was my first Crimson Dawn one. So long time ago. It's more than a year. So these are the stories here that I'm putting in the trying to revive into the trilogy of horrors. So we've got the old vampire stories, and I see these werewolf stories need to be revived. These are good. Love these stories. What do we got? What do we got down here? So we've got all sorts of different ones. Some of these didn't do very well. Like, this is like only 158 people watched this. There's more of a psychological horror, a mind game horror. So, and the dolls. I thought dolls would be like pretty creepy. But people didn't really, only 250 people watched the doll stories. That's crazy. What's this one? Oh, we're going right back here, look, right back. This one. Here's where I really introduced, I think I overloaded the philosophy in this story too early, and you can tell because it only got 200 views. But yeah, that was a deep one, really deep. And here, I think it's the first time we saw Eldridge. Nice. Look at that. Nearly a couple of years ago. And before that, I was mainly on like ghost stories and in the werewolf shadow. Look at that. Pretty good. These are great tales. These need reviving. So I'm going to revive some of these stories here. And make them into, put them in the trilogy of horror part 4. Yeah, some of these really need to come back out. Only 250 views. Oh. Yeah, that's going to happen. Make an entire like playlist, the trilogy of horror. Imagine that, so you can just sit and binge and gorge yourself. If you can't sleep, boom, put it on, listen to it. I often do that. I'll put YouTube on, but I'm not really watching, I'm more listening. Some people like to watch movies. I love watching movies, but obviously I don't mind sitting and listening as well. I'm a big listener, audiobook listener. Good. What do you think? What do you think about putting those trilogy of horrors back up so we can explore some of these older stories that I feel were great just because they're not werewolves. My werewolf people, they're still great tales. Great tales. I've got one back here a long time ago. It only ever had 23 views. I mean, come on, that's like, what's going on here? 23 people. Yeah, I'm just scrolling back through all the older videos I have. These are, oh, my goodness. Obviously not at the standard they are today, but they're still great stories. Still great stories. I'm talking of great stories. Good evening, Professor Shadow. Hope you're well. Love the trailer of The Wolfman Awakens. Yes, you did, because you sat and watched it with me right here. A spider queen, a giant spider that can change to look like a beautiful woman that gets men. Yeah, you see, I did this story already. I did this. And this is what I mean about reviving in the trilogy of horror tales. Okay. I did this. I did this one already. And I'll be honest with you, this was one of my first stories. And it was one of the first stories that went sort of like over 300 views. I'm going to get out for you. So probably this is the one to put in the trilogy of horror part 3, I believe. But here, this one, look. Try not to get caught in her web. Is this one? Scary story. Don't be distracted by her legs. You know, I think that's why that went well. But yeah, that's one that needs to be relived. So yes, so this one, I did that already. Little Elsie, the woman joined in. The graphics doesn't hold up to covered in dark hair with a face that seemed chapter. The story, the sinister tale, into the very fabric of the Norfolk landscape, forever bound by the threads of an ancient web that's a few new graphics on there, generations. Yeah, but yeah, I did already. Have to see that one. Yeah, I'll put it. You know what I'll do? I'll put it in the next trilogy of horror. Like I say, I've got so many stories that are in the backlog. Because how YouTube works is that it puts out. No one watches it. Of course, when you first start, no one watches your videos. It just leaves it. It's just buried. It's just buried in the background. No one really goes. You don't go back like 2 years ago. So it's just buried. So, you know, give them a little kick, maybe give them a little bit of new life. Trilogy of horror series, I think, is a great way to maybe revive some of these older stories, which I think are great stories. Just because they're not werewolves and vampires. Yeah, I'll put that in trilogy of horror as the next part for sure. So I'll do that one. I've got the spider one. And yeah, because that was a really early one for me. Really early one. This one, I really love this one as well. I love this story. I love a lot of these stories back here. But I love this one. See, these stories are all for me. They're great tales. Maybe they just need a little bit of. Maybe what I need to do is redo them because they're not very long. So I could probably redo them with new video. I'm going to redo them with new video. I'm going to do that. Maybe get 3 of these older ones that are not, you know, half an hour long, short stories, and redo the video on them and give them a new life. So we even got the Snake Woman. We've got Spider Woman, Snake Woman, Zombie Woman, Scarecrow Man. This one I love. I love this. I rehashed this so many times I can't do this anymore. This I really like this one. No one can hear you scream. Yes, love it. Oh, some of these stories are so good. This one, I love this one as well. The Phantom Carriage. That was a great story. Here we go. Here's the Wendigo one, which I redid. Do you see this? So the Wendigo story only had 185 views. Only 185 views, but I redid it. It's already on 500, so you know it's giving it a little bit more juice, helping these old stories that you know had a lot of effort go into them, giving them a new bit of life. We still need Cithrus and the Rat King, the Shadow Wedding. Spider Queen is the best man. Nice. Such a lovely wedding. Yeah, so I will be doing that. In the meantime, I can do that when I get a break from doing the Wolfman Awakens. I am working on the Wolfman Awakens. It's not finished by a long shot, but I really want to bring the atmosphere to this one. So maybe it'll be done next week. Maybe. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's right here. This new trailer I put out today. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I wonder if I can enlarge that for you. Yeah. I know you can't hear it, but look at that. Oh my goodness. That whole idea of this cave. This is what I was on about the atmosphere. Love this scene.
Do not awaken the curse.
Do not awaken the curse.
It's just a legend.
It's just a legend, they say. You know, it's just kids there. Now you know what they're going to do.
I'm going down there.
You know they're going to awaken it. He's going down there. Look at that. You just see a glimpse in the corner.
Is anybody there?
Is in there? Anyone there? Oh my goodness.
Been down there for 200
Been down
years.
there for 200 years. Oh,
It's free.
it's free. Oh, look at that.
Get out! Get out of here! Oh my god! Oh my god!
If Google Flow, when Google Flow gets more consistent, I'm going to be able to make a movie out of this, for sure. We need it. It's not there yet. I'm sure it will be there. It's going to be a point where you can make a movie, because with Google, you can only put like 4 words in, otherwise it just goes crazy. I did one before and it started speaking some weird language because you put too many words in there. But yeah, you're going to be able to make movies soon. Yeah, the music I worked on a lot. So obviously there's you can make any music you want. There's so many different programs for making your own music. I use a program called Suno, Suno, and it's so cheap as well. And but the thing is, you've got to get the right prompts to put in there. And I sort of got pretty good at doing the prompts now, but that came out really well. I'm sure you're not a Superman yourself. How can you drink strong coffee at night and still be able to say, oh, coffee doesn't affect me at night. It doesn't affect me. I could drink coffee before I go to bed. No problem. Interesting. The trailer was amazing. I'm excited for this trailer. I'm excited for this story. I'm going to get this story out. I'm going to be working on it all week. I've got tomorrow off, so I'm going to be working on it tomorrow, unless I decide to go out. I may go out for lunch or something, but I'm going to work on it tomorrow. I'll have to get in the mood, get the atmosphere ready, maybe put the movie on again in the background to help recreate the atmosphere. And Nora's on. Good evening. Lovely to see your hand waving at me. Amazing. like this. Yes, what was we talking about? The music. Yeah, so hello. The music. So put it in, you got to put the prompts in for it. So because you can put hey, make me a score for a werewolf movie, and sometimes it comes out really good, but often it doesn't. So you have to get the right prompts to put in. What is the difference between a werewolf and Wolfgang for you, sir? Isn't Wolfgang a restaurant? Wolfgang Puck, isn't it? Werewolf and a Wolfgang. Wolfman. Me too. Shelley's still here. The difference between a werewolf and a wolfman? No, I don't see any really. It's the same. It's the same. Maybe a wolfman is when a man's a werewolf. You can have a female werewolf, right? Wolf gal, wolf woman, Wolfgang, like composer. Yeah, maybe. Amadeus. Coffee, yummy, nice. Shelley's here enjoying coffee. I think the beautiful thing is when you interpret what is a werewolf, what is a lycan, what is a wolf man, what is a dog man. It's in the eye of the beholder. It's in the vision of the creator. It can be anything we want it to be, and that's what's beautiful about it. And someone can turn around and say, well, it shouldn't be that way. Okay, it shouldn't be that way in your stories, but in mine, I can do anything I want. You can create anything you want, and that's what's beautiful about it, because you can really go, because there's no limits to what you can create. There's no rules to fantasy. There's no ceiling to creation in your mind. And you know, I love Wolfman. I put Wolfman in a late story because I was inspired by the Wolfman's Cure, I call it, where, long story, in House of Dracula, again, we know that Lon Chaney, as Lawrence Talbot, jumps over the cliff to kill himself because he can't stand being the Wolfman, the curse. But the scientist rescues him and cures him in that particular one. It's the only one he gets cured in. To get that moss stuff and put it on his head and operate on him, and yeah. But when I was younger, I had this 400 millimeter reel, and it had various little stories on a Super 8 millimeter projector. And one of the stories was called The Wolfman's Cure. And that was where he went off the cliff. It's just that little part taken from that Dracula's House of Dracula. And so that's why it inspires me. That's why it's got atmosphere for me. That's why I created it. And that's why I called it Wolfman, because that's where my inspiration come from, the Wolfman. But I could have called it Werewolf's Return, in my opinion. And someone can come on and say, the law of Wolfman and Werewolf says it doesn't matter. You can, as a creator, that's the beautiful thing about creativity, about imagination, you can create anything. Anything. I can make the Wolfman turn into a frog if I want to. I can have him marry a rat king if I wanted to. If I wanted to. And someone can come along and say, yeah, that's not right. Well, it's not, maybe it's not right in your world, but it's right in ours. And in all honesty, you can hear me talking like this. And this is relatable to our entire lives of how we as people can be who we want to be. And we don't have to listen to what other people say we should be. As long as we do what makes us happy and we're not hurting anyone else, then, you know, we can live our life however we want it. We don't need to be told what to do. Blood sugar back up. Yep, sending good vibes. Oh, everyone's sending good vibes over to Shelley right now. Good vibes coming through your screen right now. So isn't it great that you can... who'd have thought? So those that are sort of my age, maybe older, maybe a little bit younger, growing up in the 1970s, early 80s maybe, I could sit here and speak to someone on the other side of the world and give them a positive vibe through the screen in real time. You'd never have imagined that back in the day when I was a boy in my room watching Dracula on a Super 8mm projector. That I could sit here and connect with people who think the way I do and like the same thing as me and enjoy the same stories I do, and speak with them like right now. Isn't that incredible? Look how far we've come. How far we've come. What's next? What will mankind create next? Incredible. Incredible. How far can we go? I believe it's evolving tech. Yeah, I think so. I think it's brought us much closer together and sometimes further apart. Obviously, people with different views and points of views and argue with other people about it rather than just, you know, getting on and enjoying themselves. But yes, certain things it has brought us closer together. Well, it's brought us closer together, and that's really, in the grand scheme of things, all that matters. All that matters is that the people around you right now are around you right now is what really matters. Nothing else matters. Like today, I've been with Kyra today, and we were going over a book that she's reading, and then she comes back and tells me about it, and she hasn't read it for a couple of days, and she's like, oh, I haven't been reading it, I need to catch up. And yeah, but that's what matters. That's what matters. The phone advice was we don't feel the need to meet in person. We do everything online in the isolation of our own homes. Every text is a positive and negative. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, we feel further apart. I agree with that. But I've met many people which I never would have met through this technology, and then I've met up with them in real life. One of my coaches who coaches me on working with with children, for example, and helping children, child development, is in Tampa, and I met her through this platform, and I've been to see her a few times, and yeah, I would never have done that if it wasn't for this. Also, another friend of mine, worked with them for a long time. I went over to Biloxi, Mississippi, and met up with them over there. I would never have done that if this technology didn't exist. Likewise, I've had people come over to see me, which again would never have happened if this didn't exist. So yeah, what great technology it is if it's used right. If it's not abused. I have a bit of catching up to do. Complete a trilogy series, and I haven't read a page in a while. I need a pet dragon. I'm not sure where you get a pet dragon, but I'm sure you can, or one day you'll probably get like an AI one or something, or an AI brain in one. They'll make it one day. Toothless. Yeah, I know what you're talking about there. Even I know this one. A Komodo dragon, yeah, of course. They're vicious things, aren't they? Vicious things. I don't want to be sitting around with one of them chasing you. Absolutely, I would never have met anybody here. I wouldn't know you existed if it wasn't for this technology. So that's what I mean. It's about the people who are around you right now. I mean, I have a call with some colleagues. I have a call once a week with colleagues, and then on a different group, I have one every once a month. And there's about 10 people on there, all live on Facebook, on YouTube, Zoom. And yeah, I know them all. Some of them I've never met in person. Some of them I have. But yeah, if I was ever to meet them in person, they would know who I am. So, pretty cool. Pretty good. For example, in a few years, when the Professor Shadow brand is a little bit bigger, maybe I can do a live event or something. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? A live Professor Shadow event, meet and greet or something. That'd be cool. That would be good. I'd like that. One day we'll do that. I'd come over to the US. I have my company in the US as well. I have my company in the US, and let's go over there. Yeah, I would have to do that maybe in a few years from now, when we've established myself a little bit more, and there's more people rather than just maybe 6 people turning up. Maybe we need 7 or 8. And then it would of course be finding a location. I have an office in obviously in Florida, which is handy because that's where my colleagues are as well. Yeah, I think that'd be good. I think that's something to plan for the future. Plan for the future. That'd be great. Planche, you know me too well. Man, it'd be so good to meet up with everybody. It'd be amazing. And like I said earlier, and I'm not making this up. The people around you are what really matters. And you know, if you have people that connect, you have people that you know you don't see, but you know, you watch them and you speak to them, and then finally you meet them. It's so great. I've done this before. Like I said, I've been in many groups, and then when you finally meet up, is a great thing. But yeah, well, obviously we need to establish ourselves a little bit more. Like I say, rather than just have 3 or 4 people turn up, we'd need a few more. But that would be great. That would be great. I have no passport. I'll come to the US. I have a visa. Good job it's not H1, isn't it? I shouldn't laugh. They made it from like, what was it, $600 to $100,000 a year to have a H1 visa. My goodness. I'm glad I haven't got one of those. Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope so. That'd be great. Nice meetup, live meetup. No, we could do. We have to think of some ideas now. What we could do. We have to think of something we can do. I don't think we'd fit in the little. I have a little place out there, a little office out there. It's not very big at all, and so we'd have to find somewhere else. How many are in the USA? 100 grand a year. It's ridiculous. I know. I think most people here, apart from my Titan, are in the US. I travel to the US quite a lot, as you know. So. Yeah, we'll have to do it. Maybe a year. Let's give it a year, and then we'll. But then, of course, so here's a homework for you. What would we do? What would we do? We could all drink vitamin water together and watch old. That would be perfect. What about hire a cinema and have an old movie play, but then you're not talking to each other. You're watching the movie. Yeah. Yeah. Because when I go away, I normally go to events, and they're normally in like hotels and things like that. So we'll look into it. We've got a year. We've got a year, right? So we can look into that. Have a meetup. That'd be cool. That'd be great. Last time was 2006. Last time I was in the US was May. Oh my goodness. I'm so fortunate that there's a company I associate with, and they are actually in Florida, so I get to go over there quite a bit. So it's good. It's all good. I often stay at Disney World, yeah. I often stay at Disney World, but the company is like over at Lakeland and Tampa. It's about an hour away, hour drive, traffic, hour and a half. That's not far. It's beautiful. Tampa is so beautiful. Anyone been to Tampa? My goodness, so beautiful. Tell what we could do. We could all go to Universal, to the Dark Universe, and ride on the Wolfman coaster. A fun day together in Disney World. Nice. You know what? If I had an idea of doing it, what I'd like to do is I'd like to have like a place. You know, when I normally go to an event or meet and greet, it's in like a nice hotel or something, and you know they have like drink, food, etc. And you know you get to sit at go around different tables and speak to each other, and you know maybe you got a screen on and maybe you can show some stuff on the screen, and then you have some speakers come in. So yeah, normally like that. I think that would be great. Something like that, meet and greet. Yeah, I have a visa for the US, so I can get in pretty much when I want. So, and I do go quite a bit. Maybe, well, at least once a year I'll be over there. Sometimes twice, sometimes three. I've been 3 times a year. It's all good. Like I said, I have work over there as well, so it's pretty good. It's all good. And I opened my little, I opened Professor Shadow over in Florida as well. It's a company, little place. I'm going to try and go over there again. I'm going to be over there again in hopefully May or June next year. So we'll see. Yeah, that's so everyone put your thinking caps on, you know, for next week, or send me a message, send me a private message is fine. If you don't know how to send me a message, if you're on Facebook, head over to Facebook and just send me a message, or go to my email, actually I don't check my email, so don't bother sending me an email. Yeah, or just write in here. Florida's 1,000 miles from me. So I know it's a problem because it's right on the bottom of everything. It's far away for everybody. But whatever we do, if we do it, we will of course go live. Don't worry about that. No one will miss out. Whatever we do, we will live stream it so that we can interact. Maybe we'll even do a 2-way call. That's what we do. That's what we do. I've done this before, where people at home that didn't make it to the event are up on the screen and we can talk to them. I've done that before. That's good. So you have imagine this, a big room, and we have a stage or something, and a big screen and live cameras, and on the screen are the people coming in, you know, Shelley's going to say hi from wherever Shelley's from. This would be amazing. This would be amazing. Yeah, I've actually been to an event that's done that before. It's so cool because, you know, I've not been able to make events before. And I'm sitting at home thinking, I really wish I was there. It's a little bit unfair for my circumstance that I couldn't make it. There was one with my good friend and I couldn't make it. It was at the Superdome. And I was like, I really wanted to do that. But of course, he zoomed it for me. So that was really cool. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Maybe we'll have to see if we can. I know some people. We'll have to see if we can maybe get someone else come along as well. I know some people. It'll be good. It's worth thinking about. And yeah, it's exciting. So all I've got to do now is build the brand up so we can do it. But don't worry about that. Okay, friends, on the hour. Until next Sunday, of course. We'll be safe out there in the shadows, of course. Yes, be safe in the shadows. Hopefully I can get my new Wolfman story out this week. I'm going to spend some time on it. Hopefully get it out this week. And I'm going to, of course, do the trilogy of horror for those. You see what I mean? Exactly. Oh, look, you should do a story about this. I've already done it. Boom. Yeah, I was saying, because if we have an event, we had to see Tubby there. Kyra, she'll be there. All right. Thank you so much, friends. Really appreciate you coming on. Love my Sundays. Love chatting with you guys. OPL, big fan. My friend, thank you for coming on at the last minute. Appreciate it. We are just heading off. But thank you for coming on. Do appreciate you showing up today. Well, we always finish at 8 o'clock and we're already over. So welcome, my friend. But unfortunately, I need to head off right now. But don't forget, jump on next week. I'll be on here 7 p.m. UK time, I think, which is Eastern is 2 p.m. I think. You have to check. So friends, have an amazing week. And I will catch you in the shadows, same place, same time next week. And look out for the new stuff coming. And I'll see you all real soon.